Hi Virgo, welcome to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. I am Nicole, for those of you who are new to the channel. So this is going to be a collective mid-August reading for Virgo only for 2022. This may be for you, Virgo. This may be for the cross watcher. This is going to be for your sun, your rising, and your moon. Well, guys, if you haven't hit the like or subscribe, sharing, commenting, please feel free to do so. It helps the channel out significantly. This is the first Virgo reading specifically for Virgo that I'm doing, so I'm excited to do this for you. I feel a little sleepy. I was meditating a little bit before I decided to hop on here, so I don't know. We'll see what comes in for you guys, right? So, all right, Virgo. I hope you guys are having a good week. Let's see what is here for you. I feel so sleepy. If you guys are feeling tired, it's like a peaceful sleepy though, so that's interesting. Spirit for Virgo. Let's get some overall energy for you guys. Oops. Nothing wants to come out. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Hearing all that glitters is not gold. Sometimes all that shining is an illusion. It reminds me of the Seven of Cups energy. To me, so we've got beauty, vision, which is also Aphrodite, oath, and the underlying is differences. To me, this very much feels like a promise to self. Today's collective reading was a little bit about holding back, kind of preserving and reserving what is ours for us. But this to me is like a very passionate drive for a promise that you made to yourself. And feeling at peace within that, feeling okay with that energy. And to me, this may be family related, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind always. But to me, it's kind of like you might be pursuing something with schooling or a new job. This really seems to be that type of dynamic for me, not so much love. And I feel like you're having some people challenge you as to the decisions that you're making, but it's kind of like, I promised myself that I would do this. So, if you think back to maybe like when you were a teenager, like what you wanted to go to school for years, for me, 20 years, it was, even though I followed the spiritual path, I wanted to become a lawyer. Like, I don't condone arguing, but I wanted to go argue court cases. So that was something I always wanted to do. I also wanted to always get my bachelor's degree. So I kind of had my little checklist of self-accomplishments that I wanted to do. And you may be looking at the same thing, going, it's been a hard journey to get here, but I made myself a promise. It may be a hard journey to get there, but I made myself a promise that these are the things that I'm going to do. And I feel like you're being met with some opposition to making those dreams a reality. And, but it's like checking off that list. Like, I did this, this, and this, and now this is the big thing that I need to do for me. And, I feel like for some people, your family dynamic may be like, well, how are we going to do this? Because I need you to do X, Y, Z. Who's going to make dinner? Who's going to bath the kids? Who's going to take care of the dog? Who's going to do all these things? So I feel like some people are feeling left out because your focus is on something that's important to you. And that could be triggering to them because, not saying that these folks don't have boundaries in your life or you don't have boundaries with them. But at the same time, some may be lacking boundaries. But this means that you're going to take away from them to give to you. And that may be a little uncomfortable. So you might be triggering them to kind of have to step up to the plate and do something differently or to do more, which in that regard is, a lack of boundaries where maybe you were catering and now somebody else has to step up and do something. Maybe, your teenage, your senior in high school has to take, you know, your 8-year-old to t-ball practice or softball or baseball practice or, you know, something to that effect. And it's like, well, I had plans. Well, okay, I am going back to school. So now you're going to have to start to pitch in a little bit. So it feels like some people, yeah, you've waited for this. And I feel like what you've waited for, like you denied yourself the opportunity, even though you had the vision. You kind of like allowed that vision to sit in the shadows. You may have put your ideas or your dreams on a shelf and just sat them aside and said, I've got to put my family first. I got to put my kids first. I got to do this first. I got to do that first. But now, like all of a sudden, you're feeling a drive to do something for you that has been a lifelong dream. So it's time to step into that. So yeah, what I tell you, 7 of Cups, right? Give me 1 second. Show you what came out of the deck. This is going to be for past energies. Oh gosh, 7 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. What's shiny and bright isn't always, you know, the greatest. And, you know, in the past, to me, you may have chosen, you know, the family life and those feel-good kind of things, or, I don't know why, flying. So you may have traveled a lot or something to that effect. You may have done all these different things, but now it's like settling into the emotion that you feel like you're lacking from the choices that you made. And I don't think that we ever really lack from the choices that we made as much as we've learned from the choices that we made. So I see you taking a look going, you know, I wanted to do this and I let this go. This was one of my 7 choices, one of my many choices in the past. And I had to focus on other things. I couldn't focus on that then, but now I'm going to. I need to change my focus. I need to shift it to me, to do something that feels right for me, even if it does require hard work and dedication. So, all right, let's see. What's the present energy, Spirit? Yeah, but I tell you a little bit, you know, it might be tiresome. There's 9s around the table. It might be tiresome trying to get there. There's that moon energy and temperance. But you know that there's a way. Like, I just want to say, if there's a will, there's a way. I'm usually not going to take those 2 there, but because the way they fell out, I will. Like, there's a will, there's a way to get this done. And yeah, it might be tough. It might be hard. It may be a struggle to balance things out. You might be getting less sleep. You may be skipping breakfast. You might be burning the midnight oil. I see somebody sitting there and studying. So to me, this is very much, I mean, every person's different. You may be expanding on what it is you already do for work and going back to school to learn additional supportive services to that. This may be you going back to school. This may be you finally starting to go to school for the first time and you'd put it off for some time. Yeah, you're looking back at what you've already created, what you've already built. Thinking about it. I want to say don't feel guilty, because I kind of feel like somebody feels guilty, like there's that part of you that wants to move forward and step into this, but there's also another part of you that feels guilty for taking that away from everybody, because I feel like I hear a lot of people bitching and moaning and complaining in the background going, what about me? What about me? What about me? Well, what about you? I just gave you 17 years. I can take the next 5 and put them towards me, to put them to what feels good for me. So don't let, you know, it's when we spend so long giving to everybody and then all of a sudden we're like, excuse me, I need to go back to self. People get a little butthurt over that. They get a little pissed off because it's like, again, you know, who's going to cook my meals? Who's going to do all of these things? And it's like, okay, but now it's time to empower yourself so that I can move forward. So if, you know, cross watcher, if this is you and this is your Virgo that's going back to school or expanding, learning something new, feeling the need to travel, or you know, they have traveled and now they're ready to settle and create roots, be supportive of that energy, because they're trying to do something for themselves. And, you know, this could be vice versa too. So Virgo, if you've got a person in your life who seems to want to try to step into something new, be supportive, because that's what love does. Love supports. And if someone's trying to do something new, better themselves, allow it to take place. Don't interject. Don't interject in that. Let somebody learn. You know, that's how we do our greatest work, is through learning. All right. Future conditions. The 10 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Virgo, I feel like you're being met with a lot of resistance at first. And then somebody might come around. This actually, to me, feels like outside energy, external energy, from even like your home life and stuff like that, where someone else is coming in and offering you It might be some type of tutoring. I don't know why school is coming through so heavy. It might be some type of tutoring. It may be the ability to create or do something with what it is that you already do that's going to incorporate in this learning aspect of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. But it's like, even with the resistance that you're getting from the people around you, like, I'm gonna pick up those wands and I'm just gonna like, I almost feel like, even though it seems really heavy, it feels like, you know, you're lifting weights, that you're just gonna pick these up and you're just gonna keep on trudging through. And I like that determination. I like the way that feels, because it's funny, like I said, you know, you like bodybuilding and like pushing through and lifting weights or whatever. You see his arms, like I've never really noticed this about the Knight of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles, but his arms seem buff, like he's gaining strength and courage as he's moving forward through the hardships that come along with that. And he feels more balanced as a result of the efforts that he's putting in. So allow that to take shape, allow that to take form. All right, let's do a little bit of clarifying here. This is an interesting reading. I like it though, right? I just want to say you've given so much. And now it's like, you know, here's my cup. I've given you my cups for so long. And now I get to keep some for myself. Please and thank you. Yeah. Got some Cancer energy on the board. Aquarius. Okay, let's see. 7 of Cups, please. Yeah, ooh. This moon energy, I have seen this card. It's on the board now twice in just the few cards that I've got out. 9 of Wands a second time. A huge emphasis. Like, I almost feel like, you know, in the past you were frozen in the decision-making progress. And even though it's kind of like, this is so weird. Okay, so let's say you decide to get married, you have children, a beautiful home, you have all these wonderful things, right? And then at night your husband goes to bed, or wife, whatever, you know, apply it as it fits. You put the kids to bed, the dog has settled down, and you're sitting out on maybe the porch or the patio, looking up at the moon and going, like, daydreaming, night dreaming, whatever, about the visions and the ideas that you'd had. And you feel stuck. It feels heavy. It's like, how will I ever get there? And maybe I'm hearing maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I need to just let it go. But deep down internally, like, there's sorrow attached to that. There's sorrow of letting go of the things that are meant for you. And you know, like, when you're always drawn to things, they're being drawn to you for a reason. You're being drawn to them for a reason. Our souls call to it, and we know. You know, that moon energy, again, it breaks down to a 9. Just tired and worn out. Tired and worn out to me this time around. 9 of Wands twice. The moon twice. A lot of Wands. Gosh. All right, 4 of Cups, please, Spirit. I think you had a realization here not long ago, maybe back around April or so, where it was like you may have kind of retreated and reprieved from the hustle and bustle of life. That it was like, okay, all of a sudden I need a second. I just need a second to, 4 of Pentacles. It popped out a couple of times in the underlying as I was shuffling. I'd seen it, and here it is again. So we got the Hermit, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. And like I said, it's kind of, yeah, and the Tower. There's that huge moment of realization in the underneath. 9 of Pentacles underneath that. Justice, things balancing out. You know, the Hermit is to go in, to seek into the self, you know, whether we're connecting spiritually, and just coming into our own, you know, sometimes we have to shut down so that we can renew ourselves. In the Gilded Tarot deck that I'm using to clarify, I can talk, I swear, the 10 of Swords to me is about resurrection in this one, which is weird because most decks I don't ever see it like that. But to me, these swords are finally coming out of his back. So it's like unfucking yourself is how I would describe it. And you're like, hold on a second. I've given so much for so long. I'm taking back what is rightfully mine. I'm giving back to myself. I'm gonna hold on for a second. I'm gonna have to discern because I've turned my head from myself. I've turned away from myself and have put that power onto everybody else. So it's a time of change. You know, I'm gonna say, go back to April. April was a time in 4 of Pentacles, the month of April. 4 of Cups, the month of April. Going back to that time frame and realizing that something was just no longer working for you. The Nine of Wands. Clarifying that is the Lovers, the Stars, Gemini, Aquarius energy. You may be dealing with somebody of that nature. The Lovers, the Star, and the King of Cups. I feel like you're underneath that. The Seven of Cups, again, talk about repeating energies. Holy shit. I feel like someone's making you question what decisions you're making and why you're making those decisions. Like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Are you sure? Like, again, how are we going to handle all these things if you're doing this and you're not participating? And, but to me, this King of Cups, I almost feel like somebody around you may be supporting you and understanding that, but it also kind of comes with again, and I don't know how we're going to do this kind of energy. And I think maybe they may be genuine to some degree on how they're feeling about it, but in the same breath, there's a little bit of resentment because they don't have you to do the things that you have always done. And that can feel burdensome to them as well. Okay, sorry guys. Everything happens whenever I'm on here. So let's clarify. Temperance. Oops. Okay. The wheels. So Taurus, Chariot, Cancer, the Three of Swords. I'm hearing I've waited long enough. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of a bickering, a little bit of an argument of, I've waited so long for this. Please let me just have what is mine. Like, something has to change. And if the people around me are not going to help me change it, then I'm going to change it myself. And there may be some type of traveling that is involved in this. You got the Cancer, the Chariot energy there, where you may have to get up and leave something. And in some weird way, somebody may have said, you do this, then I'm leaving you. That's really screwed up if that's the case. So that's not okay, not good, right? But that's their choice. But I feel like you've sat with this for a really long time, and it's now time for that energy to shift towards you. So let's clarify the Moon. I might pull out a different deck here for the last two. Yeah, the other one's okay. Woo. I feel like some of you are willing to walk away from something or someone if they're not willing to get on board. So this person just may not be supportive of your goals, your aspirations. And you know, if you're bettering yourself, if you're getting to a better place of stability somehow, or you're learning, I really get this need to learn, this need to grow. You're just going to do it. Like, you don't know how you're going to do it, and it feels pretty tiresome in a sense. Yeah, someone, Seven of Swords. Got the Empress, the Two of Cups, the Magician in reverse, and the Seven of Swords. I don't always take the reversals, but sometimes I do. Depends on how I feel about it, I guess, in the minute. If Spirit's like, yeah, do that, don't do that. But yeah, someone's walking away. It's like, well, fine. You want to be that way? I'm taking my stuff and I'm leaving. It's almost like somebody throwing an adult temper tantrum. You do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do then. It's very, like, begrudging. You know, and you have this one person back here in the present. Like, you may, and you know, the differences, this kind of reminds me now looking at this card, the differences. You've got one that's white, one that's black, the yin and the yang energy, right? So you may have a person around you who is supportive of that, but then you've got this other person in your life that's just like, well, I'm leaving then. Just really being a shithead. And it's like, okay, then keep on stepping, because I can't do this. And you may be feeling some heartbreak and loss associated with that. But, you know, people, you realize through the sense of boundaries who truly has your interest, your best interest at heart. And if they feel like they can't get what they need from you, then all of a sudden, you know, you're not good enough for them, kind of thing. And don't let that equate to your value and your worth. And, you know, for some of you, this may be, oh gosh, Spirit just came through and I lost it. For some of you, this may be a choice between people. Yeah, this may be a choice between people, like knowing that something wasn't going to work out. So there's a couple different storylines where one person is offering you some wonderful aspects to things, and then on the other side, this person's retracting all of the offers and promises that they've made in the past. So I don't, sorry guys. 5 of Wands and the Emperor. Yeah. Someone feels very snarky to me. Very snarky energy of, I will have my way, you know? And there's the Star. It is out on the table now. Oh no, it's the second time. So you've got the Star twice. So this burden, Son of Cups and the Two of Cups. I'm using an extra deck of the Kim Kranz Wild Unknown Tarot. Fantastic, fantastic cards. They're gorgeous. She does beautiful work. So anyhow, the Star, the Son of Cups, and the Two of Cups with the Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Wands. To me, like, I feel like you know that on the other side of all this heaviness, on the other side of all of this hardship, is going to be something beautiful. Something will come together and grow as it needs to. Like this, someone's making an offer that for you, I think for you to fill your own cup, not so much for someone else to do it for you. And it's funny because like when 3/4 of the way through this reading, and now it's kind of like I'm getting all these different storylines from Spirit, and it's like, hold up a second here. So for some of you too, this may be you stepping outside of a relationship that you were once in and stepping into something new, like making that conscious choice to get up and walk away from the table that's no longer serving you as well. Like, okay, I'm ready to better myself. I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to move forward. If this person's not willing to do the same, then I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to get up and I got to walk away. It's not for me anymore here. I don't really feel like you feel very stable. You got a lot of this wand energy, that fire and the fire energy happening. So we got the 5 of Swords, 6 of Cups. Yeah. They're hoping that you'll change your mind. They're hoping that you'll change your mind. Page of Pentacles. Let's clarify. Page of Pentacles. There's that Tower. You guys have gotten some serious repetitive cards. All right, we got the 4 of Wands, the Devil, and the Tower. What I just got done saying, like, I don't feel like you guys feel stable. Watch for empty promises. For someone to keep you stuck. To me, this is kind of like someone's trying to keep you stuck, trying to keep you in the midst of things. 4 of Cups energy again, taking you right back to where you were. 10 of Wands underneath that. Guys, the Lovers, Gemini energy again. These are literally the same cards 3 times over. Please be careful. Please pay attention. Like if you know that you have given up on yourself, you've given up on your goals, you've given up on your dreams, that you've had choices between maybe 2 people and one person is always breadcrumbing you and not giving to you and not helping you fulfill yourself, this does not work. The focus and the attention has always been on something else and not on you. Now is time. Like your kids are growing, your spouses have been around for 20 plus years, you know, whatever the hell the scenario is, it's time to give yourself some love and attention because you deserve it. You deserved, whether it's going back to school, which I've seen a whole lot of in the beginning, going back to school, nurturing yourself, helping yourself grow, no longer putting your dreams on hold. Yes, it might be really hard and tough for a while. It might just seem like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, but on the other side of this, there's something very promising for you. But if you go back to the same cycles and patterns with people who have made you promises and never kept them, again, to me, like, I don't know what it is that this devil at his horns, again, is reminding me of 2 paths, 2 choices. Which path are you going to take? Are you going to take the one that leads to the 4 of Wands? Or are you going to take the one that leads to another Tower moment with this person or situation? So you nearly need to, you know, the pentagram on that guy, on the goat, is on the 3rd eye. And it's really paying attention to your 3rd eye, trusting your intuition. Everything is not as it seems. If they've made promises and failed to deliver in the past, writing checks their ass can't cash, you really need to pay attention to that because you're going to end up back, you know, like how many ever years that you've got invested in this. And I keep wanting to go 20 years. So this may be for somebody who's, you know, your kids are grown, they're leaving, you're off to do your own thing now. You know, you've really put in all this time, energy, and effort. Now it's time to focus again on you. And it's like, you don't want to, if you know, let's just say you're 50 years old and you've spent the last 20 with your spouse, and you've done the kids and the home and the boats and the cars and the campers and soccer and all that stuff. Like, do you want to wake up another 20 years from now at 70 and go, I never got to fulfill my dreams. I never got to do the things that were important to me because I got stuck back and sucked into this cycle of the devil in the tower. You know, and the tower comes to clear our path. So the universe is giving you an opportunity to go, okay, this did not work. It's time to try something new. So do it. Step into that space of newness. Put that focus and energy and attention on yourself, because I feel like for some of you, you're going to repeat cycles. So very important not to do that. Give me 1 second, guys. Figure out how to pause this. Okay, Virgo, I'm so sorry about that. I had to step away from the camera for a minute. Okay, so anyhow, where were we, Spirit, huh? So pay attention, you know, do not repeat these cycles of this energy. Don't just stay in something because it's familiar and it's comfortable when you're being called to do some growth. We're a little cockeyed here. Sorry, guys. We're a little, feel like we're drunk. Were we drinking? No. Okay, anyhow. Whatever this left behind dream is, whatever this left behind feeling, the things that you feel that you have missed out on, this opportunity, go and do what it is that feeds your soul. And if you really feel that your soul was being called to do this, then you need to do it despite the differences of what other people are saying. You know what feels right to you, what feels good to you. Follow that. And if people genuinely love and support you, they're going to follow right along. They're going to do whatever they can to help you. It's going to be a team effort. It's going to be working together. And I'm really sadly not seeing anybody working together here. It's just kind of like everybody's, you know, out for themselves in this. So I hope that, here are the fire chucks. I hope that it comes together and balances out in due time for you. All right, let's get some advice. Yeah, quieting the mind. Quieting the mind. This is the oracle of the 7 energies, or the energy oracle. I always get them backwards. I don't know why. Quieting the mind. Yeah, you had to go back. You had to go into yourself. Yeah, this. Yeah. Okay, so we're quieting the mind, healing the heart, and beyond the ordinary, right? And this card to me is very much the same as the card that I seen this morning in the daily reading, where she is just reserving her heart space for her. So, you know, again, I'm kind of feeling you got 32 and 23. Reflective energies, 5-5, changes, 9 in the center. Those numbers have been coming out so hot and heavy the past couple of days. 9, standing on your own, doing your own thing, maybe feeling tired, worn out, struggling to get it done, but it's just embracing yourself. You're embracing your independence. You're embracing what you need to step into this golden light of what awaits you. And, you know, when people get into your head and put down what it is that you feel you're deserving of, excuse me, we then join them, right? We join in the idea of that there's just no way. You know, there's a couple people in my life who, if I'm having a good day, I do not call them, because if I do, I know how it's going to go. I'm going to feel pretty drained and done with it. So if I feel like I've had a really good day, and even if what they've got to say is not going to pertain to what my day was, and they're just going to complain and piss and groan and moan about everything, I don't have contact with them, because it just drains me. It takes me out of the frequency and the energy that I'm in, and I won't let that come to be a thing, right? So don't sit in their frequency just because they're feeling some kind of way, because you're reaching out beyond who you've been in the past. You're reaching out for the things that are, you know, that have been beyond eyesight for so long, because you've set them off to the side for so long. You may, and I like healing the heart, and it's sitting right above the 3 of Swords here, actually. You may feel hurt or wounded, as a result of the way these people are viewing you or these situations are happening, going, you know, I really want to do this for me. It feels good to me. Why can't you just love me and support me in that? That hurts. I've supported you. Why aren't you supporting me? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And I just, again, take a deep breath. Breathe in through your nose, hold it for a second, and breathe out through your mouth and release anything that's negative. Let go of it. Let go of it. Pause, reflect, take a second. Don't sit in a negative energy, but move forward from that. Don't let any negative energy come in and affect you so that you can't be in peace within yourself. Don't let that happen. Not cool, not fair, don't do it. Defend your peace. Defend your peace. Be a part of your peace. Enjoy your peace. But do what you got to do. So, you know, cross watcher, this could be for you. Virgo, this could have been for you. You know, take what resonates, guys. Leave the rest behind. Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Call of the Muse. Dance to your own tune. Do your own thing. Do what, again, whatever resonates in your heart. If you're getting doubt from outside, interference, or, you know, your interferences are coming from the outside, don't entertain it. Do what feels right within your soul. Always, 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 always. You're going to be fine. You will be fine. So Virgo, I think that's about it. This is your mid-August reading for 2022. Guys, let me know if this resonates for you. Feel free to like. If it does, subscribe so you're going to get notifications moving forward as to when other videos are coming out. I am doing daily collective readings. I'm trying to do those Monday through Friday. Last week was a little wonky. The full moon took me for a ride. I'm still human, even though I do this. And then subscribe, comment, let me know how it's working out for you. If there's anything you'd like to see. I don't always really focus on love so much as, you know, what else? You know, there's more to life than relationships, but that's just me. So anyhow, sorry I had to cut you guys off there for a quick second. I got interrupted. And, you know, don't let people interrupt your energy, right? Like I was just saying, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. So yeah, guys, we're going to leave it on that note. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal readings, again, are available, limited basis only. That information can be found in the About section of the page. And then, I think that's it. I think that's all my spiel, right? So, all right, Virgo, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the month, and I will see you all soon. Take care.